Well, we have kind of a weird situation here introducing the next match, but I'm going to get to it and you'll see why in just a second. Throwing from the blue lane, seeded number 4 from Panama City, the Panama City Major Doubles champion from Branson, Alabama, got Randall Garrison. All right, into the red lane, seeded number 13. He is a major singles champion from Brighton, Illinois. We're gonna bring in the Be Unique, Brian Jones. Brian.
All right, well, I'll tell you what, this is gonna be a stylistic battle to be sure. We are about to watch Long and Lanky versus focused and straight at it. But I tell you something, Randall and his son was, Jackson Garrison was one of the early finalists for this and got bounced out of the qualifying round on Friday as they take their down and back. As you look at these two styles, compare and contrast.
If you hear the chant in the background, that is Jackson leading that lovely group over there.
You can hear him and you can feel him in the Loco Canopies crazy zone, the fan zone there. And we're going to find out if the Tahoe Jerky meatheads are going to have anything to answer on behalf of Brian Jones. Jonesy, a player that just consistently, and it's so funny because when you talk to him, he says consistently, he'll say, look, man, you're either going to put it in the hole or you're not. And that's it. He goes, I don't get worried about it. That's just how it goes. You're going to put it in the hole or you're not.
It's very true. Brian has been in this game for a really long time. He's a huge part of this ACO family, and he's just so straightforward. It is what it is.
Yeah, and we asked him about the money, and he's not a guy, he really never has been hung up on the prize money. He just really likes the vibe, and he likes to get out and play with the other players and sometimes just run a tournament as much as play in a tournament, which is something that is difficult for a lot of players to do. But if he wins that 20 grand, he says he wants to donate $2,000 of it to the Jason Motti Foundation. So it's good to see these guys have wrapped up their down and back. We're going to turn things over to Ryan LaBelle, our lead official and whistleblower, and let's get this thing started.
All right, Blue, you ready? Ready. Red, are you ready? Well, let's break it.
The blocker answer there to that first center lane slide bag.
Brian with a good push right through there, clearing Randall's out of the way. Randall puts another bag up in front of the hole. I'm thinking maybe an air meal.
Ooh, wow.
That's exactly what he tried to do, but he was short. And he, with both those bags being on slick, he knocked both of them right in, clears the hole for Randall. Brian's going to try and limit to 2 here.
And he does, and he's lucky to keep that one hanging off the back right there. As our buddy Jay Boogie says, that one almost ended up in the backyard. We had a lot of fun on Friday. He and I were calling some early matches, and he's got some vernacular with regard to cornhole I had never heard about before.
He's got names for shots that I didn't think I'd ever even fathom could imagine.
Sure, you put all bags down, all 8 bags in the hole, and he says they love it down there under the wooden sunroof. So I'm going to give him all the credit in the world for those. Jay Boogie is a unique voice in a very unique sport. All right, so these guys, again, finding their early groove. Randall seems to have a comfort zone there set up down the center of the lane, but Jonesy asks and answers. He certainly does, and there's an opportunity right there.
Yeah, Brian should be able to sneak right around that bag to leave Randall hanging and make this a wash. Brian's like, okay, at least I didn't knock him in.
Sure.
That's what he's shaking his head. Like, it wasn't what I wanted, but it didn't hurt me more than it could have.
More room than I thought. I had more room than I thought. Yeah, but it's hard to trust these bags to do it. Hey, you want that board moved? Back?
Which way?
That way.
Can you kick the back that way just to...
All right, those guys bringing in our officials to just make sure the board's lined up to make them comfortable. We're looking at foot faults, time penalties, possible board adjustments. Our officials are on both ends of the court. And it looks like that was a good idea. Randall called it, took advantage of it. this game could go on for a long, long time.
It could. I see this game being like the first game that we watched today with Terry and Easy. They are both playing slick side. They're both playing straight up the center. So you really are going to watch a lot of who can just own the center of the board.
Well, right there, he just kind of opened the door to give
Get up.
Jones a chance to get in there. And
Throw it.
not exactly what he wanted. And he did say early on, he goes, it might be a bad idea to put a microphone on me.
He did. Brian's getting frustrated. You can hear him. Throw it, throw it, throw it. The phrase we use often is put your purse down.
There it is. Come on.
Put your what?
Put your purse down.
Oh, put
throw
your
the
purse down.
bag, put it in the hole.
There you go.
Nope.
Well, he knew it as soon as, I think he knew it before it left his hand there.
He did, and thankfully Randall has one to the back of the board that's out of play. So if they can both finish up, they'll go with a wash.
Come on.
And he's getting an advantage here. He can get 3.
Get up.
Randall wants to make sure that's all he can get.
All right, down 6-0.
Can he take advantage?
All right, let's throw it down to Rich on center court.
What are you thinking?
I got to throw it.
You got to throw it? What to throw it?
Oh, we didn't go down as much for player insight as we did apparently for some taunting. So maybe that's the fire, that throw it comment, maybe the fire that Jonesy needs to get there. But with that first bag, let's see what he decides to do.
Jones telling Rich to throw it. He means he's just got to throw the bag. You got to get it out of your head. You get here, put the pressure on your head, and you kind of forget how to throw the bag.
Boy, that one had eyes on it right there. It made its way up and around the neighborhood and finally down into the hole.
This board's getting a little cluttered, so they're going to have to make sure that they go in between the bags just like Jones is doing. Because you do that, and you're going to catch yourself up.
All right, here it comes.
Get up!
It's not what Brian wanted, but it's a great bag. It's going to force Randall to make a decision.
Rich, what's happening? Oh, my, you might have lit that fire. What?
So, guys, I actually wasn't trying to taunt Jonesy down here. That was more for inspiration.
Is that right? Is that what it was? Well,
I don't know. He took it
and it
that
seemed
way.
to work, right?
it seems to. Hey, trust me, over the course of this weekend, we have jinxed enough people from this booth. So that was certainly something that was a little bit of a change of pace for us. All right, we'll see if he can take this and carry it 6-3. The higher seed, Randall Garrison, over top of Brian Jones. Let's let the bags speak for themselves for a minute.
Nope.
And made the mistake of bringing that up, so here we are. That big long arm swing of Brian Jones, that is a consistent shot when he can get it, but not when you're going to match a 4-bagger like that with Randall. And that puts a big, big, big gap between the two of them. Now, again, as we mentioned, 1 frame, 2 frames. Are we going to see a 7-point frame here? I don't know as far as Brian Jones is able to pull off here, but he lost that first bag. Garrison now back to the center, lays one perfectly right in front of the hole.
He could pull off a 7-point frame, but he's going to have to make Randall make a mistake. He continues to allow Randall to run straight up the center of that board. It's not going to happen.
Boy, and there's another one right there. You hear Hal in the background, a little boom. You will hear that on the airmails. The boom and the bang, bang when there's a good push or a double bagger off the back of the board. Oh, what a fantastic shot.
It's beautiful. And I think Brian went for the airmail on his last shot. And I think if I was him, I probably would have tried to block it to force Randall to really have to go up about it and not try and be short the way he was.
And that's a little bit of a gift back there off the back. That one he came in and pushed those both bags. He drew the one in there. He came hard and fast and low with that one, but a little bit of adrenaline taking one off the back.
He minimized it right there to keep Randall only getting 5, but...
And you see our officials at the end of the board. Typically, it's a net scoring game. You take care of your own score. It's a sort of a gentleman's game, if you will. The ladies are absolutely self-governing as well. You take care of your own score, but officials, just to make sure that everything is where it needs to be. LaBelle at center court with that whistle. He wants to use it, so fortunately, we've had pretty clean play up to this point.
We have. These guys are very used to our rules. There's times on how long you can take to throw. You can't step past the front of the board. You know, you can't touch somebody else's bags, all that fun stuff.
Well, I tell you, time holding the bag has not been an issue at all since we got started. And the time frame is typically 15 seconds.
It is. It really, I can't imagine. I did not imagine that all of these players would be throwing as fast as they are, because most of these players are not these fast of throwers.
It might be the pressure of those spotlights that are focused on them, and a $20,000 giant check waiting for the winner at the end of this first ever ACO Pro Series of Cornhole Championships. We are in I apologize, we're working our way to Bradenton for the World Championships, but we are in Branson, Missouri. Great hosts. If you want to join the folks here in Branson, explorebranson.com is going to get you there. Now, we're trying to explore the ability to make the comeback, but at 17-3 and Jones not seeming to have his rhythm at all, that's going to be a tough road to hoe.
So
Not against that.
the very first bag that Randall threw, he threw slick side down. He was just going for the hole. Well, it flipped over on him when he got to the board. And being able to take that mistake and grab those bags like that, if Jones can't grab this other bag over here and finish up right now, Randall finishes up right here. It's over.
So you're saying there's a chance?
Now the pressure's on Jonesy, because there is a chance. He puts this bag in the hole. He limits to 2, but he knows he has to be in the hole here.
Oh, but not enough. So close, and yet so far.
Oh, man.
Great job. Way to stay calm. Do this, all right? Hey, you can win this motherfucker.
I'm a little nervous.
You're not. You didn't show any of that, so do it. Come on.
I got you.
Go.
I'm gonna make you look better right there. I won't let you down, bud.
And I'll tell you something right now. There's no bigger cheerleader now for Randall Garrison than Brian Jones. All right, we're going to get down onto center court, get some of the more honest reaction here. Rich, what's going on?
Congratulations.
Thank you.
$20,000 up for grabs.
A little nerve-wracking.
My thought is that you're going to have to split it with your fan zone over here.
Definitely gonna get a lot of it.
They deserve
they made
it.
some serious noise over there.
That is the loudest group that we've heard so far. Congratulations on that. Congratulations on your win, and good luck.
Thank you, bud.
We'll see you in the next round.
Well, I'll tell you something. If he has to split it with that fan zone, everybody gets $1. Oh, that's great stuff. And it is a family game. It is a family plan. You see Jackson, his son there. He did not make it into the tournament, but he was there leading the cheering section. Oh, what a finish. What a finish. And we continue to have some of the greatest cornhole on the planet Earth. You're seeing some of the highlights here and pretty much Randall Garrison's highlights there, as we know that Brian Jones did not throw the game he wanted to throw, Kat.
He didn't at all, and I know he's super disappointed in himself, and we know as players that watch him all the time and sit in this booth, he's so disappointed.
All right, so this is a big one coming up. This is truly a family affair, Rich.